Alright guys, normally my videos are all about opening up packs, talking about your hits, throw up a couple dog shorts here and some, random other shorts. But I'm actually going to put up a video that I normally don't do, and this is something that happened recently at a Pokemon tournament in Charlotte. This situation hit me hard because I understand mental trauma and what this kid went through and how he ended up at the end. That hit me hard. And let's just start from the beginning. So they sometimes do a spotlight show. You're sitting up there, you're the big focus, you're on the video, and get nervous. I'd get nervous. So Makani was up there, and I guess they wanted to. The judge came up and asked him to sort your pronouns. What do you want to be? And I can understand asking your pronouns because you don't want to disrespect anybody or make anyone feel any which way. Anywho, he had a bad time with his wording, and when they asked him, he got his two, he, him, and he kind of stumbled. And some people do different things when they stumble. He laughed, if you kind of laugh at yourself a little bit. Some people do that. I did that every now and then. So now I stutter. But I guess this judge took it to heart, like really badly, because afterwards, when Makani finally said he, him, his, and the judge kind of pretty much said, don't be a jerk about it. Or his exact words are, okay, just want to check to be safe. I go by they, them, so don't be a jerk about it. First off, you're a judge there. You don't really need to be like that to the people around you. You have to be professional. And secondly, did you assume that his laugh was directed towards you? Because that's what it sounded like. See, you assumed right there. And one thing I've always learned, assuming things makes an idiot out of you. It makes an ass out of you. So they go up to the table, right? And I guess the judges had to convene or whatever. And before we know it, both players are being led off the table. And they kind of talk, the head judge talks to him to the side. And pretty much, long story short, this judge... The judge, I guess, felt attacked, felt unsafe, whatever, for whatever reason. And then the head judge disqualified him. Don't get me wrong. I do just a little bit understand the head judge. Just a little bit. Like give him a 1%. Because head judges have to follow protocol. And I get that. However, you cannot... You're dealing with a children's card game. And especially if you're dealing with younger people who you can visibly see is nervous, crying, having problems, show some empathy, show some understanding. But instead, no, there was no understanding. There was no empathy. There was no consideration for what the kid was going through. It didn't even really seem like any of the kid's arguments. Like he was saying, can I see another judge? Can I talk to another judge? Can you guys understand what was going on? I'm being honest. He was nervous. That's why he laughed, not laughing at the judge, who I guess felt attacked because of the pronouns thing. Fast forward through this part, because this whole part at this point was just the head judge completely ignoring how he felt, and it was just pretty much just sign this slip. Oh, I don't care if you're crying. Do this. Okay. Oh, you're also out of the venue, and I'm just like. How can you kick a kid out of the venue when you see his mental state right now? He's crying, he's in tears, and you're sitting there telling the kid, you're sorry that it happened this way, but this is how it happens. Yet you're just giving him the quick boot. When it comes over to the very end and he gets kicked out of the venue, then he starts having these let's call them negative thoughts, because I'm not sure how. YouTube's picky with their words. And I'm going to say negative thoughts. And this is the part that hits me the hardest. Okay, this is the part that really strikes me hard. Is this kid started having these negative thoughts, and you start spiraling down. And that's what happened. This kid was spiraling down with his negative thoughts. Sometimes there's no getting out of the spiral. You go down, things pile up, you feel worse, you start... And that's what he went through. And then he started having these... I guess thoughts and urges to do a specific action. And I'm thankful. I am so thankful that he didn't do said action. Man, it's just you sit there and you shell out your hard-earned money, or yeah, I think it was $800 or so for his airplane tickets, and then whatever for his hotels and everything else. And you take days from school and you fly out here and you're so proud of yourself for doing all this stuff. You worked hard for it, and just to be, everything just to be kicked to the ground, it's thrown in your face by a specific judge who assumed that nervous laugh was directed at him. I mean, it didn't even look like the head judge went ahead to go over there and try to determine what was actually going on. If I was the head judge, right, I would have gone out, I would have talked to the other player, I would have talked to the judge, I would have said, okay, is there a possibility that you misunderstood the situation? Is there a possibility that you're looking into it too much? A nervous laugh could be a nervous laugh. Don't assume things. But, maybe that's my unreasonable thinking. That's why this subject, hits hard, because I've had family members that went through that spiral because the situation went bad. That spiral hit hard, and I've seen them go through, situations, and it's hard. I mean, it's hard to see people fall down like that, and I lost someone because they spiraled down and they didn't have a way out and at least this kid, kind of made it through. He didn't do anything. He had his friends there, and they kind of directed him in the right way. And yeah, I lost someone because they spiraled down, and all of this because some stupid judge decided to assume what was going on in the situation. And yeah, I mean, the moral thing is that judge was an idiot. The judge is wrong. The judge is a fucking ass for what he did and assuming something. And man, I can't. Makani, I'm sorry you went through all that, and I really understand that very ending. The way you felt like you were trapped, like you felt like everything was just caving in on you, like you didn't know what to do at that point. And I get that. I understand that a lot, and I'm so sorry for what you went through. And the head judge, there's no empathy with how the judge acted and how the judge felt. I mean, come on. Understand how the kid's feeling. If you have to follow Pokemon protocol, so be it, yes, but have some empathy, have some understanding. I've been to tournaments. I've seen some bad things. I've seen cheating in tournaments. I've seen judges, get into arguments and get into fights with rulings and stuff. But I've never once, in my time playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournaments and going to regionals and going to YCSs and all that stuff, have I once ever seen some kid get kicked, or some people get into arguments and get kicked out from a judge who thought that they were laughing at him because of pronouns and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, whatever pronoun you want, it's fine. If you could be whatever you want, it's not what you want to be does not affect me, just as who I am and whatever should not affect you. But I don't know, like my mind's burnt. I vented out. I'm completely, utterly just, mine's gone. Makani, sorry for what you went through, dude. That stuff should not happen. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I don't know what else to say. I mean, that was just a crap show of a tournament for Pokemon. Get better judges, please. Yeah, and sorry, I've stuttered a lot. I went over and over stuff. That's my thing when I get nervous about doing these kind of topics. And I don't normally do these, like I said, but I had to get this out. I had to, because just reading this whole thing, I could just picture what the kid was going through. So I had to do this. I'm shaking right now. I teared up for a little bit. Yeah, I just. Well, this is gonna be one hell of a video that's outside of my spectrum, but I had to say what I had to say, and if people don't like the video, so be it. Yeah, it's whatever, you guys. Take care.